Hi everyone and welcome to this week's Cyber Risk Engineering. Over the course of the next 3 weeks we're going to be talking about operational resilience. Here on episode 1 on operational resilience we're going to focus on what do you need to know to understand this relatively new concept. So what's operational resilience in this episode herein? There are many definitions of operational resilience, many definitions of resilience as well. But when you think of operational resilience, I'd like you to think of your firm, the company that you work for, and whether or not it can withstand a disruption. And this disruption can be in anything that it does. So operational resilience, the ability of a firm to withstand a disruption. That's the shortest and simplest definition when it comes to this term. So in order to understand operational resilience, you first have to define what business services your firm has. If you're a revenue generating company, you can look at what is bringing in the money within your company. If you're not a revenue generating organization, you can look at your mission, your mandate. What is it that your organization does? And defining business services is really key because that's what's going to determine whether or not you're able to make your company resilient, i.e. withstand disruption around these services. Second thing, you need to be able to define the level of disruption against those business services. We call this impact tolerance. What is it that you can withstand and still continue operating within your organization? What is it that your firm's business services can take on and absorb and still be able to function appropriately? We're going to be discussing this term of impact tolerances a lot more in episode 2. For now, take away that you need to have some sort of threshold, a measure. What is the level of impact tolerance within your firm when it comes to assessing the business services that your organization has? Finally, you need to plan scenarios. You need to be able to plan for the when the disruption happens instead of the if it happens. So far, organizations typically cater for having controls or mitigating measures to make sure the inevitable does not take place. Operational resilience teaches us that it's about when the inevitable happens and have you planned for it. So for this, point number 3, you need scenarios. Some of these are going to be plausible scenarios, extreme scenarios, and you need to be able to sit down and see how the scenarios are going to disrupt the services, whether or not you're going to be within impact tolerance levels for the business that you're trying to operate. There you have it, the 3 things to know about operational resilience. It's about having business services defined, setting impact tolerances, and also planning for scenarios of disruption. Just remember, operational resilience is an outcome, not a process. So it's something that you look at in retrospection when it comes to your organization and you see how you can improve, not an individual thing that you can cater for to make sure you become resilient. Thank you for watching.